Welcome back, folks. So today we are talking about the part 2 of the treatment of adrenal fatigue in the video series of 4, and let's get right to it. Okay, I think the content in this video is going to be powerful because this is the part of us that we overlook, underlook and overlook, and we don't give it that much attention. So in the last video, the first step to starting to treat adrenal fatigue is actually doing a test and seeing what level you're at. Okay, so as a functional practitioner, it is so important that we always look for the root cause. We always want to know why it started. It is important to know why anything started, right? Why do you have adrenal fatigue in the first place? Because what happens, and what I see often, and what I have also done previously, is that you continue to treat the symptom and you don't get anywhere, and you're just and you're in a limbo, you're like in a circle, right? You're just going around and around and around, but yet you're not getting to the middle part. You're not getting to the area where you need to understand why is this happening in the first place. So think about your stress. Think about, these are some of the different tips that I'm going to give you in order for you to look into your life and assess your life and figure out where that stress has come from. Sometimes, yes, for right away, we may just say, oh, it's work. We're unhappy at my work and I hate it, or whatever that is, right? Or you're unhappy in a relationship. Those are, yes, still sources of stress. However, they're most of the time even a deeper meaning to that. It can also be years of emotions that are you repressing and you haven't let out, that you haven't healed. So emotional healing is super important. And I actually have another video I did on how to build emotional intelligence, which I'm also going to link above, so that you can watch that and understand how to do that, which you can start becoming self-aware and incorporating that every day into your life. Okay, so let's talk about getting to the root cause. Looking at where that stress is coming from. Are you someone that has had trauma? So any trauma or PTSD, all of those, they change the way our brain functions. Subconsciously, we are triggered in ways we don't even realize. They're so subtle. And I can tell you that because I've had personal experience, but I've also seen people and clients that have struggled because we have emotions that we repress, and we don't want to look at them because it's painful. But in order to heal, we have to change. So there's wisdom always coming in to whatever's happening to us. It's there for a reason. It's not because it wants to hurt us. It's because it wants to help us grow. It wants to help us get out of whatever that we're stuck in. It's us starting to live a life of purpose. It's looking at your life with a deeper meaning and understanding that what have you been living? Like, are you living in your own terms, on your own terms, or on terms that society has created for you? That is unhappiness. That is a source of stress. For me, adrenal fatigue has a much deeper meaning because I have suffered through it all. I have done it, and I can tell you this is a very sensitive topic, and I still get sensitive on it, but this is such a strong topic, guys. You have to emotionally heal in order to move forward. That is just the way. All these people that struggle, every disease has an emotion attached to it. There are underlying things that are unfulfilled part of us that needs to heal, and they're super important. So I urge you highly to look into your life, look at where that stress coming from, look at your relationship with your parents, look at what you learned growing up as a child. Were you happy? Were you sad? Did you feel like you were left out? Okay, look at what else happened in your life. What are you doing now? How have you been living your life? What do you feel guilty about? What do you feel good about? You know, where do you want to go? Those are things that's going to help you. So how is where you want to go and going to help you is if you're stuck in where you feel pretty shitty about it. I'm going to be honest, right? Because we have this tendency to say negative stuff to ourselves and we cannot move on from it. So basically we are just super mean to ourselves and we are disrespectful to ourselves, and that has to change. So fatigue is something that is in your energetic field, right? It is affected in our brain. Of course, HPA axis dysfunction, let's not forget the medical term, it starts here. And we want to change that. It starts by rewiring your brain, changing. But first, acknowledging where the source is. Where is that coming from? So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you take the time and sit down, even if it's painful. All my love and energy is there with you because I want you to heal and I want you to be happy and healthy, but we must do the hard work. We must do what is needed to do in order to clean out the junk and gunk and let that energy flow, let our bodies heal. So in order to do that, we have to look at our emotions, we have to look at our trauma, and then get help from there. Because if that's something that you've had, then chances are that you need a little bit of support, and that's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think everyone needs support with the life we live in. We live in this stressful society, we're judged all the time, and we're unhappy, and we have no support, and we cannot even be honest to even with ourselves. We lie to ourselves all the time. So let's start changing that. So this may be a very unorthodox to you, right, approach, but this is an important approach. This has changed my life. It has changed me, and I know with my deepest heart and gratitude that it's going to change you, because there's so much meaning in this. There's so much that self-growth happens during this time. So I kindly really recommend that you go and look into this. That is all. That is one big chunk of information, of lots of repetition, which is important because I want to stress this so you know how important this is to any healing, any healing. This is important. So with that said, I hope that you continue to reap the benefits of making positive changes in your life, and with gratitude and love, I hope you have an amazing week.